It's too close for focus. There. This is made out of moose antler. This is the button or the rosette or whatever you crown. Everybody's got a different name for it. But this is the moose antler. This is the part that I used. The piece that I had already been cut off of the main antler and was going to be used for sculpture anyway, so I just took the base off of it. So that was the source of the base material. In the back, which I haven't shown on any of the pictures yet, this is brass and it's all inset into the bone itself. The hinge part here on the loop that holds the belt, they go down into the bone or the antler, and then I drilled a hole right through the antler, which also went right through both pieces of brass, and I ran a brass pin through it, so they'll never come apart. Anyway, the eyes and nose are inlaid horn. I used different colored horn for the different parts. I wanted a dark brown for the nose, and I had come across my travels cow horn that had very dark end, the tip, which travels down into the horn itself quite a ways, and this quite often is black, but in this case it was brown, and I've used that brown for a lot of things, for, you know, like noses on different little carvings and so forth. And it makes a huge difference when you do something like that as opposed to just scrimshawing the color into the nose, because in no time at all, wearing it, the wear and tear and so forth, that ink will either wash out or the scratches will actually burnish off of the surface, so you lose that color. But this color will always be there. And what I did for that is, from this angle, maybe it shows, I drilled down into the nose. You know, it wasn't a round hole, so I used dental tools, rotary file type of thing, to go in and make kind of an oblong hole, cavity down into the bone. And then I carved the horn to fit that hole, drove it in. It goes quite deep, probably 3/8 of an inch into the actual antler, and glued that in place. And then after all the inlays were done, I carved that piece of horn down into a nose. And I don't know if the details, I might actually show it, the nostrils and so forth, but it just adds a lot of pop to it. Now the eyes, I didn't want to use the same dark brown, and you'd really have to be examining it like a collector would, you know, to notice the difference, but it meant something to me. So I used a different color, what I refer to as a cinnamon colored horn, and I hope that color comes up good. I've seen very little horn this color, and I feel very lucky to have a piece of it, because I will use this for eyes for a lot of things. So same process. I drilled in for the eye and set a peg of this cinnamon horn into it, and then I carved it off. But before I really carved it, I drilled it again with a smaller bit, and I used a piece of black horn for the pupils. You can source black horn from a variety of places. This is water buffalo horn, jet black, solid stuff. I mean, that little cavity is all the cavity there is, and the rest of this is all solid carving horn. Wonderful stuff. And you get this at the local pet shop. Usually they sell these things for dogs to chew on. I buy them when I see them and put them away. Another source for black horn would be sheep horn. This is a black one, and my friend Harris Stickmaker, he could tell you what kind of a sheep this came off of, but I'm not that acquainted with sheep to be able to do that. This is a cow horn. As I was saying before, a lot of the ends are black, and this black travels up into the horn, and this white coat, you know, color actually lays over it. So there's a lot of uses for that, a lot of fun. You can carve through and leave some of the white, but reveal the black behind it, so you get like a cameo effect, and I've done that a lot. But anyway, so this cow horn comes in black, and then of course Tatanka. This is American Bison Not to be confused with buffalo. We showed you buffalo. But this is a wonderful material as well. It's just like the cow horn. But it's generally all black. These come in a variety of sizes, but generally the shape is like this. And a lot of times they'll cut it across here and then up and make a ladle, dippers and so forth. But you can make all kinds of things with horn. Horn's a wonderful material to play with because it's so versatile, and you can bend it, manipulate it, and do all kinds of cool stuff. But anyway, I inlaid the black pupils, and if you can see, I did the eye behind that you wouldn't normally see, but it just means something to have it there. And if you see it at just the right angle, you go, oh, wow, got two eyes. So anyway, after all of that, and I had carved in, you know, and scratched in all the fur detail and so forth. Then I went at it with first walnut tea. Just, you take the husks. I wish I had one of those up here. Anyway, walnuts usually about this big. They're green when they're growing, fall off the trees. You pick them up. I generally let them dry so they shrink down, look kind of like a big prune. And you can whack it with a hammer, and this husk falls off, revealing the hard shell of the walnut. And inside, of course, is the nut that you'd eat. But that husk that falls off, you throw that in some boiling water, and you end up with a lovely tea. Stuff turns the water black instantly, like instant coffee or anything like that. It's really cool. And it'll turn your hands nice and black and everything, or brown, and so you want to be careful not to get it all over everything. But I started off with the walnut, and maybe you can see the brown in his fur and so forth. That's how I got that. And then after the lighter colors, then I kind of build up from there with the darker, and I use India ink with the black. That's a carbon base, like a lamp black base ink that's readily available, I'm sure, all over the world. So anyway, that's basically the materials and everything that went into this little buckle. And anyway, thanks for joining me on this, and I hope you have a great day. Stay cool. It's wicked hot this summer. And thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, all those things that we love you to do. And comment. We love the comments. I like to know what you're thinking, and that way I can either respond directly to you or add something into the show that might be helpful for whatever concerns you might have. So thank you much. Have a great day. Bye.